Hi everyone, I'm Hiromi, the study abroad advisor at Kirkwood Community College. Today we have a guest, Sharon. She's my co-worker, and we're going to talk about how students can take English language courses or classes at Kirkwood. So as someone who is a former, how can I say, ELA, like English language learner, I really recommend any students to advance in the English language classes and take classes that they want to. Okay, so Sharon, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, I am Sharon Faldudo. I am one of the advisors for English language acquisition students here at Kirkwood. We have two advisors. We also have Muhammad Jaria, who works in our Iowa City Coralville campus.
Awesome. Okay. So let's say a student come here, or like not a student. Let's say like someone come to Cedar Rapids or Iowa and say, "Oh, I want to take English classes." How can they get started?
Okay, the first step to getting started to taking English classes at Kirkwood is to apply. And it is a free application. You just go to kirkwood.edu. You can either type in kirkwood.edu/apply, or if you just go to the Kirkwood website, you'll see Get Started. It is a free application. There's a few questions that you fill out to create a profile, and then your next step is filling out the application. And one of the questions on that application is English your native language? So students whose first or native language is not English would indicate no to that question, and then they would be given information about their next steps for taking English language classes.
Okay. All right. So I assume all the questions there for the application is English.
The questions in the application are in English, yes.
Okay.
We do have people who help students to do applications.
Okay.
We have in our TRIO office, going to hold this up, we have people who speak French and Spanish, as well as we have AmeriCorps volunteers who are Arabic speakers. So those people can help with Kirkwood applications because it can be a little bit tricky, and they do help help students apply to Kirkwood.
Yeah, I remember when I was applying for my university. Oh my gosh, it was very challenging.
If
Go ahead.
English isn't your first language, you will either be required to show English proficiency or take English language classes. I have had students who have not wanted to take English language classes, and sometimes it is a requirement, especially if you're going into most of the programs here at Kirkwood, nursing, business administration, computer software, they will require you to have completed through your level 5 of English instruction. There are exceptions in our industrial technology office area, which is a lot of jobs or majors like heating and air conditioning, welding, auto technology, a lot of those things, they only require through level 4. So you would either just need to take classes through level 4 or place with your placement testing into level 5, and you would not be required to take the English language classes. Although, if you are a student in that situation and one of your requirements for a communications or writing class is elements of writing, you are absolutely welcome to take the elements of writing class for English language learners. Elements of writing is a class that's offered to all Kirkwood students, English language learners, as well as native speakers. We have sections that are taught by teachers who are trained in working with English language learners. So if that describes you, you're welcome to take that class.
Okay, so what's the next step? So I applied to Kirkwood and I say, yes, I want to study English at Kirkwood. So what's the next step?
So the next thing that will happen is that you will be given a Kirkwood ID number, and we call that a K number. That's going to be a very important number when you're a student at Kirkwood, because when you go see anyone in any office, financial aid or advising or anywhere, they're going to say to you, what's your K number? So you'll want to learn your K number. Once you have that number, you will be able to sign up for placement testing. We do have placement testing for students in our English language classes.
Okay.
And there are 2 tests that students take.
Okay.
One of those tests their reading, writing, and grammar. And for students who are already here in Iowa, that can be taken at the test center. We have a test center in Cedar Rapids, and we have one in the Coralville, Iowa City area campus. If the student happens to be not here yet, perhaps they're international or they're just out of state, we do also have an option to take that test online, one-on-one with a teacher. So that's one of the tests. The other test is a listening and speaking test, and that is really just a conversation like we're having right now with a teacher, and that is done in a Zoom call. And after you have applied to Kirkwood, you will receive a welcome email that includes your next steps, and that will include links to sign up to take those placement tests. So you will make an appointment, one appointment at the test center or online for the reading, writing, and grammar, and one appointment through Calendly for a 20-minute Zoom conversation with one of our trained teachers. And those tests will place you into one of our levels of instruction. We start at level 2, which is an advanced beginner, and our highest level is level 5. Students in level 5, half of the classes they are taking are 100 level, transfer level Kirkwood classes.
Okay. All right. So after you apply, you're going to take this test, placement test, so you know which level you can go into.
Yes.
Okay. So let's say I took the placement test. I know my level. What's next?
Your next step before getting started with the English language acquisition classes is to attend an orientation. And you would sign up for that orientation through your MyHub account. You'll be given information when you get that K number about setting up your MyHub account. That's going to be the hub or the center of a lot of your information, grades, classes. But one of your first steps will be to register for an orientation, and then you will attend that orientation. You will get information about the program you plan to study, and then you will go to a breakout session to learn more about English language classes. I'm not sure where to put this in this conversation, but I do want to make clear that we are not an intensive English program. We don't lead to a terminal degree for our English language classes. Our English language classes are designed to get students academically ready to take college level classes here at Kirkwood and hopefully earn a degree, diploma, or certificate.
Right.
If a student is just interested in learning English and is not intending to earn a degree, Kirkwood does also offer free options. We have a free ESL program. That's not through our office, that's a different office, but that is also a great option for students who aren't necessarily looking to earn a degree, or maybe even students who already have a degree from their home country and just need some help with their English.
Okay. Sounds good. So apply, take the placement test, go to the orientation, and then what's next?
The next step, at any point along this time, if you're eligible for financial aid, you can apply for financial aid. But the next step at orientation, hopefully, we've convinced you that it's a great place to be, and you will register for classes. And after you have registered for classes, that means chosen your classes that you're going to be taking. Your next step is to attend class. And you'll want to attend class in a timely manner. So if class starts at 8 a.m., you should be in your chair probably by 7:57 a.m. And you'll want to be consistently attending and paying attention, doing your homework, and practicing English as much as you can while you're in class. And you can practice English by turning the TV on and having subtitles on, trying to speak English with people. You can join a club at Kirkwood and make new friends and practice your English with them. We have over 100 clubs. So lots of ways, both inside class and outside of class, to study and practice English.
That's right. So what are the contents of the classes? What kind of classes can I take if I want to learn English?
Thank you. Yes. So in our level 2, which is the lowest level that we offer, we have 6 credit hour classes. Those classes meet 4 days a week, and they are going to cover reading, writing, listening, grammar, and pronunciation. In fact, most of our levels are going to cover those subjects. So you're going to be learning how to write an academic paper, pronunciation of English words, research skills. You're going to learn conversation fluency, grammar. We have some computer literacy components, reading and vocabulary. When you're in college, you're going to be reading some dense text that you'll really want to be sure that you understand. So we're going to help you with that, as well as some things like American cultural skills.
Okay.
So in our level 2 and 3, we have the listening, grammar, writing, reading, and pronunciation courses. When you get into the higher levels, like level 4 and 5, we move away from a pronunciation class and we start having culture, American culture classes, culture and conversation. So you're talking with other people in English. And then we have in level 4 a class called presentations, which is giving speeches and making presentations to your fellow classmates.
Okay. Sounds fun. Thank you so much for sharing. So I would like to go to Q&A session. I assume there are so many questions the students have, so I pretend as if I'm a student.
Okay.
Okay, so my first question is, so it's, there must be, how can I say, there must be like academic calendars. So I want to know, let's say, I came to Cedar Rapids, Iowa for some reason, and I want to take classes, but how can I start? Like, how does the semester look like? When can I start?
Okay, yeah, Kirkwood English language classes follow the same academic calendar as any other Kirkwood credit classes. So generally speaking, a fall semester is going to start in August and end in December. It's 16 weeks. A spring semester is going to start in January and end in May. That's another 16 weeks. And then a summer semester is going to start in May and end in August, and it's a 12-week semester. So we have 3 entry points. So if you're a new student, you've just arrived in Cedar Rapids, depending on what month it happens to be right now, we would direct you to the next semester. I will say if you've just arrived in Cedar Rapids and you've moved here from another state or even from out of the country, we might advise you to wait until you've lived in Iowa for 90 days to establish in-state residency. A student who has just moved to Iowa, or if you indicate that you've moved to Iowa just to go to college, you will be given a residency status of out of state, and those students do pay a little bit higher tuition. So I understand you've just moved here and you're very eager to learn English, and we're happy to have you. I just want you to be aware that there's a chance your tuition could be lower if you're able to wait until the next semester. But it's not required. It's your choice.
All right. So let's say if I want to wait a little bit, is it an option for me to jump into free English classes?
It is a possibility. Kirkwood's free English classes do have more entry points than the English language acquisition classes. They are also very popular. So I would advise you, if you are interested in the free English classes, kirkwood.edu/ESL, or just search for ESL on the website. You can find more information about that.
All right.
There are also other options here in Cedar Rapids. There's the Catherine McCauley Center. There are some of the public libraries have conversation meetups or clubs. So you do have some options to study or work on English while you're waiting for that next entry point.
Okay, sounds good. All right, let's see. My another question is, so let's say I'm taking online classes. I heard about taking English classes online, right? Does that mean like I'm restricted to use some resources, or is there any differences?
No, you are still considered a Kirkwood student. So you would still be able to use any of the Kirkwood resources like the library. You can get your Kirkwood Eagle card, which is your student ID, and you can use the rec center, and you can use that for any discounts that are available. And since you did ask that question, we do have several modalities for our classes. Our level 2 classes, which is our lowest level, are only offered on campus. So that's the only way you'll be able to take those classes. But they are offered in Cedar Rapids as well as in our Coralville, Iowa City location. When we get into level 3, we have on-campus or a version of class called Web Live. What that means is it's a Zoom class. It has a scheduled meeting time. So class might meet at 9:05 Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So you're going to log onto your computer and be available at that time. In level 4 and 5, we have those options on campus, and we have a beautiful campus. We'd love to have you here. We have Zoom and we have online, and the online classes are fully online. They don't have a scheduled meeting time. They are done through our internal system, which is called Talon, Talon, like the talon of an eagle. And you need to be very self-motivated, but sometimes we have students who work during the time we offer classes. So this is their only option, is to take the online class. They can watch recorded lectures, to have discussions in discussion forums, and take quizzes through Talent. So those are the various ways. But no matter which way you take classes, and you can mix and match. We have students who are unable to come to campus on Tuesday and Thursday, so they take those classes on Zoom Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, they're on campus. But you're still considered a Kirkwood student with all of the benefits Kirkwood students have. Yes.
Awesome. All right, my another question is, let's say, yay, I'm taking classes now. I'm very excited. But emergency happens in the middle of the semester. Do I need to leave the class? Do I need to drop off everything? What can I do?
I would advise you first in any situation, talk to your teacher, see if there's any possibility. Depending on the nature of the emergency, do you only need to be gone for 1 week? There's a chance that you'll be able to catch up on the schoolwork.
Yeah.
Or if it's a more dire emergency and you do need to drop the semester, that may have some implications for whether you pass the class or financial aid. So you will want to come talk to an advisor, maybe a financial aid person if you're using financial aid. But of course, we understand you don't know when you sign up for class that in the middle of the semester, you'll suddenly need to travel or you will have an accident. And so we will work with you to help get you through that situation.
Okay, that sounds great. Thank you so much. Okay, so my final question is, so I don't know if I want to transfer to 4-year college after this, or I don't know what degree I want to take, but is it a good idea for me to just start taking English classes and take the degree out of it?
So when you apply to Kirkwood, you will be required to indicate either a degree program or a general interest area. And we have 8 different interest areas. Because we are not a program with a terminal degree, you can't indicate that you're just an ESL student when you apply.
Yeah.
So the idea is that the students who are taking our English language classes are going to get a degree. But of course, a lot of students are undecided. English language learners, as well as native speakers, are undecided, or they change their mind.
Yeah.
And that's just fine. So when you apply to Kirkwood, you'll choose, at the very least, a general interest area.
Yes.
And we have 8 different program interest areas. As you work your way through your classes, some of your classes will be working with you to explore more of the majors, to learn more about Kirkwood programs. And once you're finished with English language classes, you're going to be assigned to a different advisor. I'm the advisor for English language classes, but I am not an expert in Kirkwood's over 130 different programs. So I can't help you exactly with what you might need to graduate with a degree in, for instance, diesel technology. So you'll get assigned to a new advisor who'll be able to help you with that.
Right. Okay. Sorry, I said that final, but I have another
That's okay.
for sure final question. So I'm an international student. I want to take English classes, but can I get any scholarship for that?
Yes, international students are eligible for scholarships. Each year on March 15th is the deadline for applying for scholarships at kirkwood.edu/scholarships. There are other scholarships available, but for Kirkwood Foundation scholarships, I would encourage anyone, including international students, to apply for those scholarships. Part of applying for a scholarship is writing an essay, and you can get help with that essay from our writing centers here on campus, or you'll often see in your student newsletter information about Scholarship Help Day. So yes, I absolutely, scholarships are free money. So I would encourage everyone to at least apply.
Yes, apply. Sounds great. Thank you so much, Sharon. I'm really excited for so many students to take classes with us. English is very helpful. Once you know it, you can get job, you can climb up in the ladder and do whatever you want to do. So I really encourage you to take classes with us. Thank you so much.
And I just want to add that we do have students who have started in our English language classes and have gone on to be Kirkwood employees, to be the owners of businesses, to do whatever it is they choose to do. Although Hiromi didn't start here at Kirkwood, she herself was an English language learner, and now she is the study abroad advisor for Kirkwood. So with our English language classes, start here with us, go anywhere.
Yay, thank you. Thank you so much.